everyone, Josh here with X Network, bringing y'all another OUTERPLANE video, and today we have the 6.13 patch notes, so let's go ahead and get into it. We'll have the link for this in the description below. As always, we are getting two new hero buffs, of course, to Rin and Alice. So let's go ahead and dive right into it. So, balance adjustments, we will implement changes to two 3-star heroes. Okay, first up, we have Rin. So we have her basic ability, attacks an enemy and increases the priority by 20%. That'll now go up to 30% if it is a fire enemy, so at a 10% priority increase on enemies that are fire. Okay, it's pretty decent. Now, this is a hero that I feel didn't even really need a buff. She was already pretty good, so any buff that she's getting is going to be, I guess, good because it's just a bonus at this point. But looking over her skill 2 and her ultimate changes, I'm not really seeing too much there. I really like the change to her basic because in areas, especially if you have your exclusive equipment against fire enemies, she's gonna be doing lots of damage and taking lots of turns. So that is a pretty big change in my opinion. But the skill 2 and 3, not so much. On her skill 2, she's increasing damage with additional increased damage against fire enemies. Ratio increased. I don't know why they do that, because to us, like, what does that even mean? Because we don't even know what the initial ratio is because they don't show us the in-game modifiers. So are we going to even notice the difference, really? I'm not sure, because we don't know how much that ratio actually increased. Like, how much did that modifier actually go up? We don't know, because we don't know what the initial modifier was to begin with, because they don't show it in the game. Something that we've been kind of complaining about since CBT. Show us the in-game modifiers. It's 2023. What are you doing? So hopefully they figure that out and get that in the game at some point, because we need to know what the modifiers are on all these characters. Because there's a lot of characters out there that don't look like they're working like their skills say they're supposed to, and we can't properly test it all that well because we don't have the modifier. So please fix it. Ultimate, instead of getting 5% increase per enemy defeated up to 3 stacks, it's now going to be 7. So it's going to be like a whole whopping, additional 6% attack. Probably not going to notice that all that often. So again, the skill 2 and 3 changes don't seem all that significant right now. But the basic is definitely really nice against at least fire enemies, which is going to be her bread and butter anyways. So, okay. And again, Rin didn't really need buffs, so all this is kind of irrelevant. But, hey, I will take anything we can get extra on a already pretty powerful hero. So, I'll take it. Alice. Alice needs a big buff because, honestly, right now, she's very RNG for PvP because of her exclusive equipment, the way it works now. And the fact that outside of that and the guild raid that we just got from Maxwell Elise, she's not really all that useful in the game overall. That's why she was like always graded as like one of the worst 3-star heroes in the game. So hopefully they gave her a significant boost to make her more viable, at least in arena and maybe even other areas of the game. So let's go ahead and look at the changes. So it looks like here on her, her skill 2, Hatter's Teacup, they went ahead and gave her priority increase a 10% boost. It was 15%, now 25%. And she picked up the ability to inflict reduced effectiveness for 1 turn on all enemies. So that's actually pretty big, okay? But it does say they have to be, let's see here. Yeah, an increased priority for each target that was inflicted damage by this attack. So if she does damage to an entire wave, they will boost her priority by 25% each, which is huge. Okay, I mean, if she hits 4 targets, that in theory that should allow her to jump the line, right? Because that should boost her up 25%, 25%, 25%, and 25%, giving her a 100% priority increase, which should jump her to the top of the line. And she's reducing the effectiveness for all those heroes that took damage. So that's pretty big because, like in PvP, for example, that could allow her to take a 2nd turn, like instantly. Pretty crazy, honestly. That's actually a pretty big boost in my opinion. Let's see here. Her burst ability also got a ratio increase. Okay, change to enhanced skill, resets Alice in Wonderland, cooldown ratio increase. So another ratio increase. We don't know I mean, but this is a cooldown though. This isn't really a modifier for damage. So like, does it go from like a reduced 1 cooldown to a 2 to a 3? I don't really remember off the top of my head right now how much the cooldown actually decreased from that burst. So did they just like add an extra cooldown reduction? Is that what that means? Because that would have been a lot better to say than ratio increase, because again, we don't know the in-game modifier, so saying ratio increase doesn't really help us a whole lot in knowing what's going on. But for a cooldown, it should just say reduce it an additional cooldown 1, 2, 3, etc. That's what they should have said. But anyways, so she's gonna be getting further cooldown reduction on Alice in Wonderland, and then her exclusive equipment. Now this is freaking massive. She needed this. She's instantly going to become one of the better PvP units in the entire game now, because it used to be a 70% chance to increase speed for 1 turn. It is now 100%, making Alice in arena with her EE the fastest hero in the game. She's going to be giving herself a 30% speed increase now at the start of the battle. That is absolutely massive. And it's no longer RNG. It's 100%. Alice just instantly became one of the better arena units in the game now, because now with the way her skill 2 works, now she could potentially go into her skill 2 and then go into her skill 3 at the beginning of battle. What? So at the very moment, you know, obviously I haven't really looked too much into it. I haven't really thought much about it, because it's kind of more of like a raw reaction. In at least PvP, in at least arena, she is going to be an absolute monster for PvP. This is huge. If you are trying to become an arena master and climb the rankings and be a top tier PvP player, you're probably going to be building up your Alice's now and getting her exclusive equipment, because wow, being able to AoE hit enemies, okay, increasing her priority up to potentially 100% in PvP, lowering their effectiveness, and then being able to go in and use your ultimate and make them unbuffable. Wow. All at the beginning of the fight. That's insane. That is absolutely insane. Wow. Okay. So that is a big boost for Alice. Alice needed that very, very much. So that's awesome. Wow. Okay. Okay. The difficulty level of oh, and before we move ahead, now Alice is no longer, you know, will no longer be a meme when you pull her, like, oh my god, I pulled Alice. Now if you pull Alice, you know, now if you pull Alice, you can smile, because you just pulled a PvP monster. All right, so that's great. The difficulty level of monsters appearing in Skyward Tower 10, 15, and 20th floor will be adjusted. The pattern of Sigma appearing in Skyward Tower 100 floor will be changed. The pattern? What? She's the only boss on that floor. What do you mean the pattern of her appearing? I think we have some issues with translations here. I'm assuming that these are supposed to be nerfs to stay to floor 10, 15, 20, and 100, making the bosses a little bit easier to clear. I'm assuming that's what that is saying. I'm hoping, because otherwise it doesn't make any sense. The skill description of Francesca, Alice, Eliza, Party will be edited to accurately reflect the skill's functionality. Hopefully they fix Party. And, you know, obviously we haven't really talked about Party here on the channel, but I built her up for Chimera, thinking it should be an absolute beast, but her skill 1 does not proc for nothing. No matter how much effectiveness I was throwing on her, it just did not feel like it was ever proccing burn at 50%. So hopefully we'll see if there's some kind of significant change there, because right now she's my #1 option to recall when we do get the recall feature. So we'll have to see. But yeah. Content. The max number of daily entries for Bounty Hunt, Bandit, and Upgrade Stone Retrieval will be increased from 2 to 3. That's going to be huge for your dailies. When purchasing the Valentine Adventure Pack, it will be increased from 3 to 4. Very nice. The number of tickets purchasable using Ether will be increased from 2 to 3. Okay. The experience gained by clearing adventure hard mode will be increased. Would have been nice to have that about 2 weeks ago. The experience gained by clearing special request raid dungeons will be increased. The daily entrance count for the adventure hard mode dungeon will be increased from 3 to 5. That'll help a lot of people getting more of their gifts for their characters' exclusive equipments. The schedule for the research support center contents will be released, will be adjusted. Current clear hard area 3 changed to clear hard area 1-6. The price of the basic skill manual sold in the resource shop will be decreased. Thank you, because I believe right now it's like 500,000 gold for 5 of those a week. Very expensive for the green skill books. So I am happy that they are decreasing the price. Hopefully they cut it in half and it's only 50k per instead of 100k. And let's see here. Intermediate skill manuals will be added to the product list in the resource shop. Hopefully it's gold as well and not gems. I really hope so, because skill books are a real pain in the butt to get. When you get the end game, you run out of skill books and you just can't skill nobody up. And it's a real problem right now. So we'll see what that's going to look like. The purchase limit for the basic and intermediate skill manual sold in the arenas tab of the resource shop will be increased. Oh, the purchase limit. I thought it said purchase price. I was like, no, bro. No, don't do this. Okay, so that's awesome. We'll be able to buy more of those per week. That's good. This is just making arena more valuable by doing your runs and stuff daily and trying to stay on top of it to, you know, get those points. So that's great. The basic and intermediate skill manual will be added as items that can be exchanged in the resource support center, and the maximum purchase limit for clear tickets will be increased. I love it. I'm loving it. The Archdemon's Ruin Infinite Corridor clear rewards will be increased. Thank you. I felt like I'm sitting there for 20 minutes, 30 minutes doing a freaking Infinite Corridor, and then I see my rewards, and I'm like, bruh. I feel so deflated. But that's awesome. They're increasing those rewards. That's really, really cool. The skills manuals will be changed from basic to intermediate, and the number of rewards given will be slightly increased. The number of medals acquired by winning in a memorial match will be increased. That's awesome for free-to-plays, because memorial matches, you can do those every single day, and you get gems for it. So if they're giving you more medals for those, and they're very easy fights, like very, very easy, that is good for free-to-plays for getting their weekly medals for arena. I like that change as well. Improvements will be made to no longer reduce the number of side story challenges in story chapter. Instead, the reduction will be limited to the battle stages only. Oh, okay. The condition to reach 3 stars for each chapter in the event story, the Reaper and the Gangster, will be alleviated. So they're doing that for free-to-plays. It sounds like they're saying, you know, hey, you don't have to have an Eternal now to get the 3-star clears. I'm thinking that's what they're doing. If they are, that's a big thumbs up from me, because they just made the event even more free-to-play friendly. Because I know I did see some complaints like, yo, we can't get, you know, a full 3-star for the side story or the event story if we don't have Eternal. You know, if that is what they're doing with that, kudos to you, Smilegate. Good job. Very free-to-play update there. Love it. Dark Admiral Veronica costume pack will be added. They didn't use USD, so I'm not sure if that's like Japanese yen or if that's won or whatever. I forget what currency they're using there. It doesn't really show. It just says 33,000. So whatever that's going to translate to. But we have an awesome looking costume for Veronica, and I'm currently building her up right now, finally, on my main account on Global. Absolutely badass. That looks sick. I love it. I actually love it. I love it so much, I actually kind of like want that to be a different character of Veronica. I want that to be like a dark, literal dark version of Veronica. I love it so much. So that is a cool cosmetic. I love it. And then we got some error fixes. I'm not going to really go over those. You guys and gals can read those. But that's pretty much going to do it for the new patch notes for 6.13. Hope you all enjoyed. Let me know in the comment section what you think about the new changes to Rin and Alice and some of the other changes that they've added to the game. I feel like overall it's a very good patch, and it's got some really good quality of life and some good free-to-play updates there for y'all. So don't forget to subscribe, take notifications, join me in the Discord in the description below as always, and of course follow us on Twitter at X's Network, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Until then, peace.